Hello everyone, I welcome you to another podcast series. In today's session, I would like to address a question that I have been receiving from various clients because there are a lot of people who keep coming back asking about what are the steps to literally grow your mind or what exactly is personal growth. Now, personal growth is a very deep subject. The scope is quite wide because just the way we connect with life, the way we have too many spheres in life, which together in totality makes us what we are as an individual. And our growth is a combination of various spheres of life and how we work towards it. It's really not very easy to define it in one way, one statement actually. But what I thought I could do here is this is basically for most of my clients that I get from Quora, asking several questions around this. That as to how can they really grow? What are the first steps? Where should they even begin from? So this particular session, I just want to share with you a very simple and a powerful technique that can be your starting point to personal growth, which is about goals. So, goal setting is a very common term. I think most of us may have heard about it. But in self development, if you really want to find a profound change in your life, you want to really understand, where exactly you should even begin with, then I think it starts with planning a goal. And how you do that is what I'm going to share with you today. In the notes, I might even share with you a small slider and my coordinates so that you could go through it and maybe even try it for yourself. So when you plan your goal, and when you really want to progress or excel, develop yourself and pave way for your personal growth, start with goals. And how you start there is pick one key area of your life. It could be anything. It can be within your family, your own self, your friends, your career, money wise, health wise, anything. These are health, family, relationships, significant other, partners, our own self. These are very common known key areas of life. So pick any one of them. You will find notes in this podcast series notes column. From there, you can gather this. I'll share that there. So pick one area and then create your goals on a SMART acronym, which stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. Now, how you do that is when you pick up one goal, to that goal, ask yourself the first question, be as specific as you could be as to what exactly do you want to achieve. Because oftentimes we may want to really develop ourselves, but we don't know where to begin with. And then we start with planning a goal. But even in goals, there are several ideas that run in our mind. There are several things which we are not very clear of. We just have some vague vision or an idea or some inspiration or some influence or something we have read or some people we know. So that's exactly where the SMART acronym or the SMART way of planning a goal comes into picture and really assist you. So be specific. So if in case, let's say as an example, if you really want to reduce weight, one key area of your life could be health and wellness, within which if you really want to reduce weight, can be the specific goal you can have. You cannot have vague goals like I want to maybe look like the most beautiful model in town, because that could be very vague. It has to be specific. So drill it down to the specificity. The more you drill it down, the more it helps you. So be specific. That's the first parameter. Then when it comes to measurable, understand it is about how will you know you have achieved it. So if your goal is to lose 5 kgs, how exactly will you know you have lost it? Are you going to weigh yourself? Are you going to plan a diet? Are you going to reduce certain things in your food or include certain things? Are you going to do a lot of more gymming, exercise, or yoga? What is it? So, how will you actually come to know that you've attained it? Is basically a part which will help you measure your goals. It's giving you a bit of on what parameters, on doing what and attaining what will you really come to know. Then the third part of the SMART goals is attainable, meaning here you're trying to look at your goal, something you have control over, which means let's say the goal was losing 5 kgs. So, do you really think you have control over your weight? Hopefully, somebody is not suffering from any kind of eating disorder. For them, it might be a little difficult to attain this goal, a little unrealistic. For some, there could be problems like thyroid problems where losing 5 kg could be a bit of a challenge. So this particular parameter of attainable, this speaks about where you're trying to test your goal, whether how realistic it is to attain it. This is very key because it also helps you maybe bring in a change in your goals or in the specifics of it. So that's about being, checking it on the attainable parameter. Then comes the last two, which is relevant and time bound. So in relevance, what you're trying to check for a goal is how it is applicable to your life. So if it's like if you really want to, so going back to the example that I cited, that I want to lose 5 kg, the relevance of it is where you're checking how it is applicable. So you want to lose 5 kg. This is applicable to your life because you want to promote your health. Perhaps you've been suffering from high thyroid levels or low vitamin D3 levels or low energy levels or maybe high cholesterol levels. So to regain back your health, your energy levels, this is how it's really is relevant to you at this point in time because your health is now got into focus. So using this particular parameter, check the relevance of your goal. Finally, the time bound is nothing but the deadline by when you may want to achieve this goal. Having these 5 things actually in a way will really help you attain it is something which will help you personally grow. So when these questions keep coming to me about, oh, where do I begin? What's exactly is a personal growth journey? I tell them to plan their goals. You could do the same thing. I have listed this with an example. Use the notes given in this podcast comment section and you will find it that it's very simple yet very powerful. So pick a pen and a paper, pick one key area of your life and under the parameters of the SMART, meaning specific, measurable, attainable, relevant and time bound, start writing your goals. And you will find that whoever you are, you could be a professional, you could be a homemaker, you could be anybody. When you begin with your first step, check it against the SMART acronym. The parameters, you will find that there's so much that you can gain from this simple exercise. Plus, as you keep monitoring your goal, there is a lot that you will learn about yourself in the journey, and there's a lot that you could change. So you will achieve your desired results, which is a long ongoing process, a long journey in fact, but it all begins with planning your goal. So do that, my friends, and believe me, when you will start to experience the results, you will find this particular simple thing so powerful that it has the ability to change, to bring in the required change that you always wanted in your life. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening, and I hope you will use it and get the maximum benefit out of the exercise that I've just shared. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.